We're on.
Welcome back to Our2cent, where we're living, learning, and loving.
Episode 2, or Conversation 2, however you want to say it.
So we're going to talk about, personally, why we each got married.
Yeah.
So for me, I didn't want to get married in the beginning. I had made up my mind pretty much in high school. I didn't want to get married. I didn't want to have kids. I just wanted to be alone for the rest of my life. And I was so happy with that thought. It didn't bother me. I wanted to do traveling, do so much at school. So I was okay with it. It wasn't depressing or anything like that to me. Um, then this young gentleman comes along and just swept me off of my feet. It was the first time I really saw myself being in a long-lasting relationship. I mean, he said the perfect things. He was just so sweet and kind. I was such a fool at 19. Oh, my poor little self. If I could go back.
Should do it again.
Yes. But I really thought he was it. Just in dating him, talking to him, I just really thought he was being honest with everything.
I was. In those moments.
Maybe in those moments.
Yeah.
So just dealing with him made me change my mind. And he had a son too, so he would come around. He was clearly there. He had a majority of the time, so I definitely got to see that firsthand. And I loved him. I thought this is nice. I had never dealt with kids before, dealing with anybody in my relationship, so this was a first. And it was nice. I liked it.
I was a real dad.
Yeah. He was a real dad. Just everything. Every step of the way. Like I got to see that too about him, and that drew me closer to him. I had liked that about him. I said, wow, he's a great dad.
She likes zaddies.
At that time, I did not. Just him. So I had made the decision, okay, I'm going to take this risk, which I had told myself prior I wasn't going to. But I remember the day and everything. I said, okay, I'm gonna do this. I let him know how I was feeling and everything. Which it took him a while. Well, it took me a while to say yes because he proposed so many times. I didn't have a problem saying no because I just didn't think he was ready. And then I thought I was too young anyway. So I was like, well, I haven't done everything that I wanted to do. So, no.
Still ain't done it.
No, I still haven't done it.
Said no all the time for no reason. No, wait, I'm saving myself for fun.
So I finally said yes after so many no's. Which it probably should have still been a no at that time.
You're about to say yes again in August, so that don't even count.
Well, I think now he's ready. I think finally,
after 17 years,
after 17 years, he's gotten there.
Yeah.
But it's like I said, been through our ups and downs and everything. So
that's why you got married?
So that's why I got married. But I was, oh my gosh, I was head over heels for him at the beginning. Oh my goodness. I mean, I would drive from Baltimore to DC to come see him. It was crazy. I was doing crazy things that I never saw myself ever doing for anybody.
That's what the Ooh Baby do. Put the Ooh Baby down, you know.
That's what love does, yes.
That's what they drive out 2 hours for some Ooh Baby, you know.
No. That's not what I was driving out
baby.
for. Crazy.
I was already ready to get married. So you done? I don't want to cut you off.
No, I'm done. I'm done.
For me, my son mother and I got close to getting married. We was planning it, deciding. We was together for 9 years, off and on. So we was planning it, deciding to do it. So I always wanted a family. I wanted 3 kids in the house. Always wanted to be a husband because I didn't have a father at home. So I always wanted to be a husband. Wanted to be in the house with my wife, my kids, and live that TV life. So I was I don't know if I was gonna say mentally. I was ideally ready. I wasn't emotionally ready. I wasn't mentally ready. I wasn't financially ready. I was ideally ready. I thought that's what I wanted because that was my end goal. But I wasn't that time. I wasn't ready for it. So me and my son mother decided not to get married. We separated, stopped talking, and then me and Tim got together. So I was like, okay, well, I'm ready. Like, I'm still been a knucklehead. I need something consistent in my life, and a relationship is what I wanted. I was running around in the street, still been a knucklehead, doing dumb stuff. So I was like, I need something to be consistent to show my son and show my little brothers. So let's help me get married. And then she was completely opposite from what I was dealing with. So I was like, well, I didn't want that anymore. You completely opposite. Okay, this is the right move to make. Let's figure it out. Love was the last thing in my mind. Emotion was the last thing in my mind. It made sense to me to get married. Like I said, that was my ideal. But I still wanted to be in the house and raise a family and be a husband. I just didn't know that it was a actual job, that it took other things involved in being a husband, like communication,
like love,
commitment, dedication. I didn't think about any of those things. I never saw it. I never saw a man and a woman operate in a household, period. I never saw any household that operated to where it made sense. My mother was a single mom. My grandmother was a single mom. So I've never seen anyone have a marriage that was functional and worked. I never even seen a functional relationship when I was younger. So I just was chasing everything I didn't have, but I didn't know how to, keep it or maintain it. So for 15 years, I was trying to figure that out. No, not 15 years. I was already 8. Mm-hmm. So for 11 years, trying to figure it out. But she stuck with me while I was trying to figure it out. Her background's totally different. All she saw was a productive relationship.
Yes.
All she saw was a husband, a wife, kids, functional, loving, supportive, affectionate. All that stuff is all she saw. Yes. So for me, I was like, I don't understand what the problem is. Like, you just my living girlfriend with paperwork. Why are you upset?
Yes, that's what my goal was. Getting married.
Yeah. So we it struggled trying to figure out each other, and then trying to work out how we can both be married to our personal expectations, and then it changed to how can be married in the eyes of God and what makes sense. But the kicker there is we never had an actual wedding. When I asked, she would say no all the time. So when she finally did say yes, I said, okay, let's go to Justice of the Peace right now. Since you said yes, let's go right now. And the same day she said yes, no ring, no nothing. We just went to the Justice of the Peace and got married. Mm-hmm. I called my mentor, which is my father. I called basically my father. So I had I didn't grow with my real father in my life. So I had a guy who kind of played that role for me, which is Pastor Terry Miller, who's now passed away. But he played my father in my childhood. I called him and said, hey, she finally said yes. Better go Justice of the Peace. Can you come? He's like, yeah, I'm on the way. Like, she said yes for real? I said, yeah. Because he knew she said no so many times. He's like, she said yes? I'm on the way. Let's get it before she changed her mind. Let's line her up. So he drove down from Virginia, met us in Upper Marlboro. She called her mom, called her dad. And we went in like some casual clothes or just, put a little button up on and sweater or something, went to Justice of the Peace, got married. And technically we didn't even really have a counseling session. We didn't plan anything. It was like, well, she's saying yes, let's go. Didn't know what we were getting ourselves into as kids. I just know we just went, and it was a lot from that on. I don't want to say.
Yes. It's when the fun got real. Yeah. That's when it started. So.
Well, come on in. Come on in. You got to walk back out. Come on in. So, this how you know it's real.
He wants to park at the garage. Yes or no?
Come on. This side. Come on. Get up. So, we doing our podcast, and we have our lovely daughter, Ariel, here. So, she's walking in. She's 8 years old. She's the first of the brand.
That's what we deal with all day long.
So, as you know, it's a real video. We're working parents, or podcast parents, as you say. So, we put 9 minutes in. We're going to get to a question that one of our viewers asked for the first podcast.
Yes, it was In the YouTube video that we had made the first time, it was about how do you communicate to your spouse without having them take it personal, get offended.
Yeah.
Which just from personal experience, every time he would tell me something, I immediately got offended. Oh, you think I'm selfish? You think I'm this? You think I'm that? But you're like that, not me.
Yeah.
I had to really try to get past that and put myself in a train of thought to where, okay, I can't keep getting offended every time he tells me something. Otherwise, we're never going to fix anything. Mm-hmm. When we had a conversation with our pastor, our previous pastor, he told us you have to be really honest with each other. You have to put aside all your personal feelings at that moment. And when the other person opens their mouth to say whatever it is, however they're feeling, you can't let it affect you. You have to hear what they're saying. It took a lot out of me that day to do that, because first of all, I didn't care what he had to say out of his mouth that day. But I knew, okay, I can't keep doing that. Otherwise, we're going to be in the same boat. We're going to keep doing circles and circles. Mm-hmm. And I was so sick of that at that point. Like, yeah. we both were just ready to leave.
You fix it or we leave.
Forget it.
Beefing or we leave. That's it.
Yeah. So I took it upon myself, okay, I'm going to sit here. He said what he had to say. Did I like it? Absolutely not. I wanted him to shut up. I didn't want to hear it anymore, but I stopped myself. I said, okay, I can't get mad. He's, pouring out his heart. He's saying what he's truly feeling. So I had to decide that moment, okay, I have to listen to what he's saying. Now, did it hurt? Yeah, it hurt. So I was like, wow, this is how you view me through your eyes, and this is what I've been portraying. So he was pouring out his heart to me. He was telling me how he felt. It did hurt because I felt, wow, this is how he views me through his eyes. This is what I've been doing to him the whole time. This is how I've been acting, and this is how he's felt the whole time. Oh my gosh, I just started feeling awful. Like, that's not how I want someone who I tell I love feeling that way. I felt so bad. And again, that was me not trying to be offended by what he was saying, but really listening and seeing how my actions have been affecting him this whole time. And then vice versa. He, tables were turned. I had an opportunity to stay, and speak my mind. Yeah. So,
and then when the tables are turned, before the tables are turned, when I'm expressing myself and saying what I'm actually feeling, I'm not doing anything malicious, or I'm not saying anything to hurt her feelings. Mm-hmm. I'm only stating what I feel to be understood. As much as men want to say they're not emotional, I am a very emotional person when it comes to when I feel like I'm being taken advantage of, when I feel like I'm not being honored or I'm not being valued. So I was shut down. My emotions are either 0 or 100. So I'm communicating 100%. I'm involved, or I don't care at all. Don't talk to me. I don't care if we in the house for days. I will completely ignore you like you don't exist. I would do enough to make sure the house is good, and then don't talk to me. I don't want to be bothered. So when I was expressing myself, I wasn't coming from a place of anger. I just was like, well, I'm tired of feeling hurt. So let me tell you why I feel hurt, and hopefully you don't get offended, because it has nothing to do with me trying to get back at you or send a shot. I got some stuff on my chest I want to get off. So once I say what I said, I got everything out. I was heard. We did the mirroring where she stated what she heard from me, not how she interpreted it. It's just, well, this is what I'm hearing you saying. Okay, now what's your interpretation of that? Then it's from what I heard to what I feel you said. Then I got a chance to say, that's not what I said. I said plainly this. I just feel like I'm not valued. Well, you feel like you get mistreated and all that. Okay, no. Now you feel like I'm attacking you. You don't think I love you. That's not what I said. What I said was, I don't feel valued. And then it went to what I said and how she interpreted. And then once the tables were turned, I had to sit and take what she was saying she was feeling and what was going on from my actions and how she interpreted my actions, how she interpreted what I was doing. So that's the only way that you can make it through really expressing yourself to your partner if they trust what you're saying is honest, and if you're not doing it with no malicious intent behind it. That's the main thing. You have to be willing to be vulnerable enough to speak truly and say, hey, let me just tell you how I feel and be honest how you feel. And then they got to take it and say, okay, well, let me listen to how you feel and not how I think you feel. So everybody wants to be loved the way they love and not love the partner the way they need to be loved. So I don't need the things she needs. I don't need the affection. I don't need all the other stuff. I do need love, but I need love my way. So don't love me the way you want to be loved. Love me the way I need to be loved. And that's the issue in almost every single marriage. The people who's on what they call the love language or something like that. Love language is fine, but communication is better than having a love language. If you have a communication, then it's like, I don't need to guess your love language. I can tell you this is what I need. Can you understand that? No, why not? Because I don't get it because I'm not like that. Okay, that's fine, but this is how I am, and how can we communicate to help each other out? So to answer the viewer's question, for he's asking for a friend. The easiest way to express yourself to your partner is first to have to trust that you're not doing it to be malicious and mean, and you have to make sure that you're not communicating in a way where you're being malicious and mean, and you have to also show them that I understand and I feel what you're going through, but let's communicate so I can see your side of the coin, you can see my side of the coin, and we can coexist and be emotional together instead of you just feel like I'm picking on you or I'm feeling like you're picking on me. So it has to be an honest conversation one-on-one. You guys need to be clear of what you're trying to express to each other and be open to hear it from the other person.
Just tips. I mean, it really is a good idea to, make sure you guys aren't tired. Make sure you guys have been well rested. If you need a mediator, it's better to have somebody, with neutral ground. So if it does get heated, they can, hey guys,
you shut it off, yeah.
Or if you're two, if it's just you two, okay, you know what? It's getting turned into an argument again. Let's leave it here and then pick up next time. And then when you are expressing your feelings, is I feel, not you make me feel, exactly. or you, because now then you feel attacked. It's like, okay, well now I'm gonna get offended because you keep saying it's my fault.
It's directly to me.
Yeah. It's no, I feel, because when he was using that, I feel this way, and I feel, whatever it was at that time.
Yeah.
I heard him out more because, these are his feelings.
Yeah, I'm not talking about what you did to me. I'm talking about how I'm feeling. He's
not attacking me. It's, oh my gosh, he's been feeling this whole time this way, and I've just been ignoring it.
Yeah. So I think, and another thing is, don't do it the day you're angry or mad at each other. You have to be on these good terms. Like, do it when you're happy. That way, going into it, you won't feel like, oh yeah, when it starts, I can't wait to get my stuff off. Like, no, that's not a war of words. It's just, let's have a conversation, communicate. And all these things we're saying is based on if you want your relationship to work. That's the main thing people got to understand. When you go into these conversations, you got to go in with the mindset that I want this to work. I'm going in to fix this. Now I'm going in to get my point across.
To solve it.
Yeah. Now I'm going to get my point across. Now I'm going in to win this fight. No, win or lose, I just want to speak what I'm going through, and hopefully you understand it. That way, when I come to the table, I'm not looking for a win or a victory. I'm not looking to fight you. I'm just looking to tell you what I'm going through, and let's have some solutions. Let's get some results.
It's a job. It truly is a job. So think about it. You go to work. Okay, what's the problem, guys? What can we do to fix it? What are the solutions? Okay, let's try it out.
Yeah.
Not that you go to work and we're just going to attack each other and then nothing gets solved. Yeah. No, I mean, the marriage is truly a job. You put your part, and then your partner has to put his part. But clearly, one person can't do it all. So you have to decide to. Hey, are we going to, do this as a team? Because I can't do it all by myself.
Yeah.
It's not going to work that way. You will get drained and tired.
Yeah. And then another thing I would suggest is to write it down. That way you're not operating off emotions. When I do meetings at work, I tell people, don't come and tell me how you feel. Bring your points on paper so that way you can go point by point by point. Because if you're just going off your feelings, you're liable to get emotional while you're speaking. But if you come to the table and say, hey, I wrote my thoughts down. This is what I'm feeling. And you go point by point, then I can address it and you're not attacking me. You're going to go into attack mode by default if you're just going off your emotions. Because it's like, let me get, all this I was feeling, let me get it all off right now. Because I'm so upset. I done opened the door, Pandora's box, and everybody let it all out. No, I had points. We both written down points. I want to speak about this and this and that. And then we move forward. And then I was able to pause once I made my first point, see if she understood my point, let her mirror back to what I said. Okay, now how did you interpret what I said? What did you think I was trying to say to you? And then we went to each point like that, and then it got to the point where it's like, okay, now it's no, we're not fighting, we're just communicating, and that we have times right now where I'll say, okay, listen, it's going too far, I'm done talking. I'm not shutting her down. I'm not going back. It's just I don't want to get to the point where we speaking on emotion and we're angry. So right now we're not saying eye to eye. Time out. Let's pause. When you calm down, I calm down. We come back to it.
Listen, that happened just the other morning. So it's
What other morning?
Not the other morning.
Oh yeah.
So it happens. It's not like that one conversation was magic and it fixed everything. No,
Yeah.
It just brought us to a realization. Hey, we need to stop this cycle.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we're going to keep going in a circle, of attacking each other, of not getting our point across, not being heard. No, that day was just, okay, we have to learn how to communicate. We have to learn how to talk and not just get offended every time, the other one opens their mouth. No, it's okay. Let's hear each other out. What's the problem? How do you feel? All right, what can we do moving forward?
And if you love them, you shouldn't want to hurt them.
Yeah.
If you actually love each other and you want trying to work it out, then there shouldn't be any malice.
Now we get it, especially for what we've been through. We think about the hurt and the pain at that moment, and that of course it's a valid feeling. That's a valid reason to go back and forth. But is it going to solve anything? No. You need to put the issue on the table and say, why did it happen?
Yeah.
What can we do to prevent it? And move forward from that. Because whatever it is, feelings have to be mended. Relationship, has to be mended.
Forgiveness.
Work has to be put in. Forgiveness. It's a whole process. It's not like, oh, this happened and now move on.
Yeah.
No.
And making an apology is not forgiveness.
Yeah, actions have to follow that apology.
A change of behavior is the way you ask for forgiveness. Not saying I'm sorry. It's just, hey, I apologize. Plus, let me show you my new behavior on top of that apology. And that's take practice and time. So that's our 2 cents for the question. Hopefully the viewer has got his question answered. And we'll do this over and over again. We'll get back into it. You see that we have a lot of other distractions going on right now. So we want to close this this session out. And we'll be back next week to see you guys then. And hopefully we got more comments and more questions.
So reach out, any comments, ask away.
That's right. So through hell and high water, we've been here. Anybody have any issues? The nights are here. We're going to keep speaking our piece and adding our 2 cents. And hopefully we're helping somebody because it's definitely helping us to go through it live at the moment. Yeah. All right. That's it.
So till next time.
That's right. Till next time, guys.